Good morning, friends. I'm so happy to see you. We had a pretty busy day yesterday. We discovered something called Google Hangouts, and my kids were able to talk to their friends. I was able to talk to some teachers, and we had a pretty cool time together. I really miss you, and I keep thinking about you every day, and I hope that you're having some fun at home, reading some good books, and enjoying watching these videos. Today I have a sea turtle with me. We got this sea turtle at the Shed Aquarium, and there's a really cute video out online where the penguins are let loose in the Shed Aquarium. If your parents let you watch it, ask them to show you. Today we're going to be reading a nonfiction book about coral reefs, and this is by Kristen Baird-Rattini. When I was younger, I really wanted to be a marine biologist. I really wanted to study fish, so this book in particular is something that I am passionate about. So I'm really excited to learn some more. Coral reefs. Look at all these fish. Beautiful. And there's a table of contents. Maybe there'll be a table of contents in your book when you're making your All About book. City under the sea. The shallow ocean waters look calm, but under the surface, a coral reef is a busy place. Hundreds, even thousands of different creatures swim and hide along the reef. There they find food and shelter. They make their home in this city under the sea. They have little riddles in this book too. Question: what did the coral reef say to the water? Answer: you're so shallow. Oh boy. A coral reef is an important ecosystem. More sea creatures live along coral reefs than in any other part of the ocean. Reefs are found in many spots around the world. Most reefs grow in shallow, clean ocean waters on either side of the equator. They need sunlight and water and warm temperatures year-round to survive. Real talk. Ecosystem. All the living and non-living things in an area. Equator. The imaginary line around Earth, halfway between the North and South poles. Interesting. We haven't seen this in the nonfiction books that we've read. A small little mini glossary right there. I'm going to show you a picture of the globe up closer. Reef builders. Coral reefs look like they are made of rocks, but in fact, they are groups of animals called corals. Each coral group is made of many separate coral polyps. This is a group of coral polyps and a coral polyp up close. In reef ecosystems, there are two kinds of coral, hard and soft. Only hard coral polyps form reefs. They're named for the hard skeletons they build at the base of their soft bodies. Up here it says hard corals make reefs. Soft corals do not make reefs. Reef talk. Coral polyp is a small, simple sea animal with a tube-shaped body and a mouth ringed with tentacles at the top. And again, there's the coral polyp up close. One coral polyp can be as small as the head of a pin, but when many polyps join together, they make a reef that can stretch for miles. New polyps build their hard skeletons on top of old ones. Over many years, these layers of skeletons grow slowly into coral reef. We have a fan coral with open polyps and a hard coral reef. In the zone. All coral reefs have 3 zones. The reef flat zone often stretches toward land. The crest zone is the highest part of the reef. The reef slope zone faces the open ocean. It is the deepest part of the reef. So we have the reef flat zone, picture of it, and then it shows us on the drawing. The crest zone, here's the picture. It looks like it's this part right here. And the reef slope zone is this part right here. It says the animals and corals that live on a reef are different in each zone. Neighbors on the reef. Creatures big and small can be found on reefs around the world. Sea stars travel slowly along a reef surface. Giant clams rest there too. Tube sponges stretch up from a reef like small chimneys. Seahorses wrap their tails around pieces of coral. Sea turtles, like this guy, swim around reefs. Eels hide in reefs' cracks. We have a sea star, tube sponges, seahorse, and a giant clam. I have seen some of these at the aquarium, but not in real life. They are quite beautiful. Many animals use camouflage to hide along the reef. Some use it to stay safe from other animals that could eat them. Others use it to hide while they hunt. Reef talk. Camouflage. An animal's natural color or shape that helps it hide from other animals. Can you find the reef stonefish over here? Or the trumpet fish on this picture? It's some pretty good camouflage. A stonefish's bumpy body blends in with the coral. A trumpetfish dives down and holds still. Its long, thin body stretches up like a tall sponge. A cuttlefish can change its shape and skin color to match the coral reef. That is impressive. What would you want to change into if you could blend or camouflage? Reef plants. Plants play an important role in coral reef ecosystems. Tiny algae live inside the coral polyp's soft bodies. The algae use sunlight to make food for the coral. This helps the coral grow. Algae that grow inside coral polyps as seen through a microscope. That's pretty cool. Seagrass can grow in the reef flat zone. It helps trap mud from rivers that flow into the ocean. Seagrass also provides food for dugongs and sea turtles. This is a dugong. Reef talk. Algae. Simple plants without stems or leaves that grow in or near water. The reef in darkness. As night falls, life along the reef changes. Different animals come out to find food. Squirrelfish use their large eyes to search for shrimp. And they can do it in the darkness. Octopuses stretch their arms over the reef to feel for food. Sharks hunt for fish. And cone snails catch fish and worms. 6 cool facts about coral reefs. 1. There are more than 800 different kinds of hard coral in the world's ocean. 2. Brain corals can live for 900 years. That's a long time. 3. The first coral reefs on Earth formed 240 million years ago, before dinosaurs were even alive. 4. Most coral reefs today are between 5,000 and 10,000 years old. 5. Corals have growth rings just like trees. That's pretty cool. 6. The Great Barrier Reef is off Australia's northeast coast. It is the largest coral reef system on Earth. It can even be seen from space. People and reefs. Coral reefs are important to more than just animals and plants. They're important to people too. Millions of people eat the fish that live along the reefs. Many people earn money from fishing or taking tourists to visit reefs. Reefs also help protect people and houses on land. They block big waves from crashing onto the shore.
Okay, that's cool.
It's pretty cool. Rescuing reefs.
It's my turn now.
Okay.
That's dead. That looks freaky.
Mm.
Many reefs are endangered. Oh my god, that guy. Scientists are worried about the coral reefs.
The threats to coral reefs.
Worried about the threats to coral reefs. Ocean waters around the world are getting warmer. Coral polyps die when the water is too warm. That's your turn.
Pollution sometimes spill into the ocean. It can harm reefs. Fishing and boating can also damage fragile reefs. Pollution is harmful matter that makes water, soil, or air dirty. But there is good news. Many people are working to save reefs. Volunteers help clean up pollution on land and at sea. Some countries have special areas called preserves where coral reefs are protected. Divers and swimmers, like you, can help too. The next time you see a beautiful coral reef, look, but don't touch. That was the one thing they told us when we were diving in Florida. We should never touch the coral. We could always look with our eyes. I'm going to show you guys the quiz whiz, and you're welcome to answer it. What are coral reefs made of? Number 2, which zone is found on the highest part of the reef? Number 3, which of these animals does not live along a coral reef? Eel, horse, sea star, giant clam. That might be a tricky one. 4, which of these animals can be found along the reef at night? Cone snail, octopus, shark, or all of the above. 5, Earth's largest coral reef system is off the coast of which country? Australia, Belize, Indonesia, or United States? Number 6, how old are most coral reefs today? 5,000 to 10,000 years old? 50,000 years old? 500,000 years old? Or 500 million years old? 7, what can be harmful to coral reefs? Fishing and boating, pollution, rising water temperatures, or all of the above? And here is a visual glossary. It was pretty cool. Well, I hope you learned something new. We're reminded of a new fun fact, or an old fun fact. I hope that you are doing okay at home and staying healthy and washing those hands. I will check in with you tomorrow. Have a really good day. Bye.